The Elite Sports and Entertainment Network proudly presents Royally Quacked. I'm co-host and Kings fan, Gary Spink, and my other co-host is my son. Tell him a little bit about yourself, Cody, just in case it's their first time.
Why do you sound like the sloth from Zootopia at the DMV?
Well, because
Hi.
I sat next to Quentin, and he's a big sloth fan, and I guess it's kind of rolled down to me. Yeah, he actually has a little glass sloth on his desk.
As long as you don't start laughing like ha ha ha. Oh, we already got a comment in the Instagram from King Huey. He says, "Let's go Kings."
Yeah, woo!
But everyone, welcome to episode 77 of Royally Quacked. I'm Cody. I'm the diehard Ducks fan on this pod. And like I said, I'm excited to be going to a few games this upcoming year already. I already got 2 in the works going to.
Awesome.
I'm excited. Can't wait. What else was I going to say? But I'm excited about this podcast because the main topic we're talking about is someone that actually not a listener, but someone that we met at church, and he gave us this idea, and I loved it when he said it when he brought this topic up.
I don't recall who brought the topic up.
He was the operations guy at the church.
Oh, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because when I was when I first brought up having the church do the podcast, so that way it's like everyone can listen to it.
Yeah, and it's worked well.
Mm-hmm. It has. I listen every week. I like it. But you want to get into some team news?
Sure.
All right. So we're still, in the slow part of the season, but I think the next few weeks it's going to get a lot busier. I know I got quite a bit of stuff on mine, but it's 3 of the things have to do with one player from 3 different sources. And then after that is just little by little, news here. So I'll start off with per Elliot Friedman and this is what he said on the 32 Thoughts podcast on Mason McTavish. He said the Ducks like the player and believe in him, but the GM and the agent are both grinders. Verbeek isn't afraid to let this linger. Friedman said he'd be very surprised if McTavish doesn't stay in Anaheim. The issue is simply cap related. No matter what length in years they look at, both Verbeek and McTavish's agent Pat Morrison can't come to terms on the AAV. So that was from Elliot Freeman. From Eric Stevens from The Athletic, he says the holdup in the Mason McTavish contract negotiations is the fact the Ducks want to sign him to a long-term deal, not a bridge deal. He clarifies that McTavish will not be getting traded. And that's Eric Stevens from The Athletic. And here's David Pagnotta on McTavish. It seems to be hesitancy on the player's side just on the uncertainty of what his role is. His name has been out there. They've had talks with other teams. So 2 of the people saying he's probably not going anywhere, and this last guy says that they're talking to other teams. And I can tell you this, I trust Friedman more than Pagnotta. And Eric Stevens, he works with the Ducks. Well, Ducks, Kings, and Sharks. So I would trust him a little bit more than David Pagnotta.
Hey, Frankie. What's happened to the Yankees, Frankie?
Wow. I see how it is.
I've missed you too, Frankie. Man, it's been a tough baseball year for all of us right now. I mean, you guys started off with a bang, but you know, our poor Angels are just, you talk about sloths. They're the sloths of baseball.
They're more like bottom feeders.
I mean, started listening to the game and it was like 7-2, and next thing I know, it was 20-2 or 20-3 or something like that. I go, oh my god.
He says, "Be coming back, pops. Watch."
Well, they need to. They
You know, it's funny.
they got a good team. So
I haven't watched any really Angels games this year. The only ones I've watched, I think, were against the Dodgers this last time. And I still couldn't talk crap to any of my Dodger friends because, okay, yeah, we swept them. Whoop-de-doo. But we still suck. We're still not in the playoffs.
so you got to turn that around and go, hey, we may not be great, but we kicked the Dodgers' butt. Not just this whole year, even into a couple games last year. I think we won 8 in a row.
Was it?
So go Angels, go.
So this turned into baseball talk with Anaheim Ducks news.
Go ahead. Sorry.
It's all good. Per the NHL Players Association, Beckett Seneca will represent the Anaheim Ducks at the 2025 NHLPA Rookie Showcase on September 3rd in Arlington, Virginia. So that's good to see that. I watched a Ducks game recently. It was on Disney Plus. Are you talking about like the Mighty Ducks movies? Is that the Ducks game you were watching? That's the one thing I could think of was those Anaheim Ducks movies. And then Angels, bleh. Of course, the Captain of Chaos is back in the chat.
Hey, Adam.
Oh yeah, see, I was right.
Yeah.
Mighty
Oh, those are classics, though.
And mom comes in. Go Angels and take the wins we can get. That is true. All right. The Anaheim Ducks will have 5 games exclusive to the national broadcast games. They'll have 4 TNT games and 1 ESPN Plus game. Here are the dates and the opponent and what channel you can watch it on. On November 11th, so 11/11, they'll be at Colorado, and that will be on TNT. On December 3rd, they'll be home against the Utah Mammoth. That one will also be on TNT. And then January 13th, home against the Dallas Stars. That one will also be on TNT. And then they got back-to-back games pretty much. On February 1st, they'll be home against the Golden Knights, and that one will be ESPN. And then they have another home game against the Seattle Kraken on February 3rd, and that one will also be on TNT. So 5 national televised games. So that's good to know. And then we got another jersey number for the season. Nikita Nestorenko will go from number 62 to number 13 this year. So I'm glad to hear that. And then the Anaheim Ducks was ranked per The Athletic with the 4th best pipeline in the National Hockey League. And here's the top 15 prospects they have for the team. Number 1, Leo Carlson. Number 2, Mason McTavish. Number 3, Beckett Seneca. 4, Roger McQueen. 5, Cutter Gauthier. 6, Stan Solberg. 7, Pavel Minchikov. 8, Olin Zellweger. 9, Tristan Luneau. 10, Lucas Pettersson. 11, Eric Nielsen. 12, Ethan Precision. 13, Herman Traff. 14, Nathan Gauthier. And number 15, Drew Schock. So that was the top 15 they have, but this is also the players they have outside the top 15. They have Lassie Buelis, the defenseman who we drafted 60th overall in this last year's draft. Austin Brenovic, the right winger, we drafted him in 24. He was 182 overall. Damian Clara, Rodwin Dionisio, Tyson Hines, Elijah Neuenschwander, Taryn Smith, Igor Sidorov, and Sasha Pashazov. We still have all those players in the pipeline. So it's looking good for the Ducks for the future. So a lot of players we can either use or use as trade pieces. So exciting. And then you want to go on to Kings news, and then after that, after your Kings news, we're gonna do a little bit of NHL game player ratings.
Oh, okay. So the national broadcast games for the Kings are more than 5.
Obviously,
We got 4 just in October.
show it off, why don't you?
Well, it brought to light. I forgot to include this, so I pulled it up. On October 7th, opening night, at home against the Colorado Avalanche, will be on ESPN. Then the very next night, at Vegas, they'll be on TNT. That's October 8th. Then on the 23rd, the Kings will be at Dallas. That'll be on ESPN and Hulu, or ESPN Plus and Hulu. And then the 28th, they'll be at the San Jose Sharks. That'll be also on ESPN. Then in November, on the November 6th, the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers will be at the Kings. That will be on ESPN Plus and Hulu. Then on November 20th, again, the Kings at the San Jose Sharks, ESPN Plus and Hulu. Then in December on the 4th, the Bedards are visiting the Kings on the 4th. That'll be on ESPN Plus and Hulu. And then on the 10th, the Kings against the Seattle Kraken will be on TNT. And wouldn't it be a kick if Charles Barkley was on TNT hockey? Just thought that, all these TNT things popping out of, Barkley's just, he cracks me up. The only good thing about basketball is him and Shaq on TNT right now, for me at least. Going into next year, on the 14th of January, we'll have the Vegas Golden Knights visiting the Kings. That'll also be on TNT. Then in February, back-to-back nights, on the 25th, Vegas again against the Kings on TNT. And then the 26th, Edmonton at the Kings will be on ESPN. Going into March, on the 5th, we'll have the Islanders visiting the Kings. Will also be on ESPN. And then on April 1st, St. Louis at the Kings on TNT. April Fool's, no, it's actually going to happen. It's not an April Fool's joke. Then on the 13th of April, the last one, the Kings will be visiting the Kraken. That will also be on ESPN. Going on to another news, Guelph Storm announced that Jake Brown, son of former Stormer and 2-time Stanley Cup champion Dustin Brown, wears number 32 in a preseason game. So the legacy continues, and maybe that'll be a future draft pick for the Kings. And then what everybody's wondering, there's 2 big things that actually everybody's wondering about the Kings. What is this Kopitar's last season? Well, this is him, Anze Kopitar, about his retirement. Not everything is quite decided yet, but this could be my last season in the NHL. Yes. Does that yes mean that is his last? Is he's trying to play a game with us here and see if we catch on to that? And the other big news is sort of like the big thing in California for hockey is signing. You got McTavish for the Kings, for the Ducks, and then you got Kemper Kempe, I'm sorry. God, I'm
Kemper signed.
Yeah, he's signed for what, 2 more years, right? I
3.
do believe. Is it
I think
3?
3 more years. Yeah.
Well, he played 1. I thought he had 3 seasons when they had picked him up. But Adrian Kempe, still not any kind of news on what's even if what I did hear yesterday on 32 Thoughts when I was listening to it was he wants 10 mil and Holland is not willing to go to the 10 mil yet. I think they've got term already situated with that because there was not a conversation about that. But I think Elliot says they were at 8.5 to 9 million, and I go, to me, you got to sign him 10 million. I mean, with a new cap and everything going up, 10 million's the 8 or 7 million a year or two ago. I mean, you saw that. Well, I think Marner signed for only 12 mil. He could have got 14 mil anywhere else he wanted to go, but maybe he just wanted to play in Vegas. But I think we should sign Kempe, and it should be soon. Let's not go into the season with any doubt that he's going to be a lifetime King. So, and that's King's news.
By the way, you were right. Kemper does have 2 more years left on his contract.
Okay.
So you guys have him for the 25-26 and 26-27 season.
Okay.
Yep.
And
then Adam also put, with that list of prospects, how are the Ducks only ranked 4th? I think with the Sharks and Chicago, and who was the other one that's drafted pretty high up? I know Utah has a pretty good prospect pool because they've had like a bajillion picks the last 10 years. I think Montreal has a decent prospect pool. Somebody else, but
well, and then again, this is one person's opinion.
yeah.
I mean, I don't always take too much stock in one person's opinion, because if you watch somebody or look and see anything about anybody else doing it, there's always differences. Differences. So,
all right. So now we're gonna do a quick NHL 26 game, the cover and everything. We already talked about the cover is gonna be Matthew Tkachuk, and if you get the deluxe version, you get Keith Tkachuk and Brady Tkachuk on the thing. But they came out with all the player ratings. You want to know who are the top 10 for your LA Kings, Dad?
Top 10 and player ratings? Sure.
On your team. You want to guess who's number 1?
I would say to either be Adrian Kempe or D. Kemper.
Well, technically, you have 3 players tied for number 1. Kempe, Kopitar, and Doughty are all 88 overall in the game.
Okay.
Darcy Kemper is 87. Fiala is number 87. Philip Deneau is 86. And Quentin Byfield is also 86.
Interesting.
Brant Clark is an 85. Mike Anderson's an 85. And Warren Fogle is an 84. And as Adam said, the NHL 26 ratings are a joke, and I completely agree. So here are the Ducks' top players. And tell me if you agree with this.
Okay.
Mikael Granlund, 87 overall, is the number 1 ranked for the Ducks. Jacob Trouba, number 2, 86 overall. Troy Terry, 86 overall. He's number 3. Jackson Lacombe, 85 overall. He's 4. Lukas Dostal, number 5, 85 overall. McTavish, 85 overall. Chris Kreider, 84 overall. Cutter Goody, 84 overall. Leo Carlson, 84 overall. And Gudis, 84 overall. Yeah. Joke.
Well, I could see why they had Granlund. He had a pretty good year last year.
I was okay with the Granlund, but
I mean,
Carlson should be higher. Cutter should be a little bit higher. Dostal should be higher. I mean, Dostal was like carrying this team on his back last season. And then I want to see how many players you can get in the top 10 overall.
okay. Connor McDavid.
Number 1, he's 97 overall.
Leon Draisaitl.
He is 86 overall. He's number 3 overall. Leo and Dostal should be 90 or better. I don't know about 90, but I would say like 87, 88 at minimum. That would give them another year to prove themselves. And if they do again another year, then yeah, they should be in the 90s.
Okay, so if Kopitar and Kempe are like 88, I can't say. Could you really say Leo should be higher than them right now?
Oh, but I'm saying Kempe should probably be higher. I think he should be like an 89, 90.
Yeah, but Leo still isn't in Kempe's class yet. Now this might be that breakout year. Is that capability there? Yes, absolutely. That capability is there. But then again, McTavish, didn't he lead the team in scoring?
Yep, and he was only 85 overall. Trouba was higher than him. I'm sorry, Trouba should not be higher than McTavish, Perry, Carlson, and Cutter. No, he should not be higher than any of them.
I mean, and then, I think you'll see a difference if Dostal repeats his performance of last year. You'll see that rating go up way more to next year. Because you do see people have one great season and then
fall off.
They fall off. I'm not saying I can't see that happening to him because I watch how he plays the game. I think he's real. I think, dang, if they didn't sign him, they were stupid. But then again, we just never know what's going to happen in hockey or any other sport.
You know, I'm going to say this now, and this is another one of my hot takes. I think this is the last year where people stop being unappreciated with the Anaheim Ducks. I think this is the year that it's going to change, where people are going to look at us not being bottom feeders anymore. We're going to be, pushing for a playoff spot. Like I'm not saying the Ducks are making the playoffs and winning, but I feel like this is going to be the year that changes that dynamic of us being bottom feeders, where they're not going to be like, oh, Anaheim's a lottery pick team again. No, I think this is the year where we've changed that. We're going to be better. We got the right, we got the head coach. We got the great assistant coaches. I mean, yeah, we didn't probably sign all the players we wanted to sign, but like I do believe in this team. We have a number 1 with Dostal, and Carlson's going to become what he is because what he did last year, and I think with the right coach with Quenneville and Woodcroft, I think he can easily change that dynamic.
Well, I listened to Locked On. I listened to Locked On Kings. I got to catch up. I think I'm a episode or 2 behind on Locked On Ducks because we do a podcast about these two teams. So I try to get all the information I can. And Eddie Garcia was talking about the forwards and he did the centers in a previous one. And he had the Ducks forwards, I think, rated in the division 4th or 5th.
You said wingers?
Way at wingers. Winger and centers were not.
I listened to the centers one. I think that the Ducks center, he had the Kraken over the Ducks, and I don't agree with that.
Well, he didn't have the Kraken over the Ducks with the wingers. I know that.
But the centers,
I
I'm
mean,
like,
but when he was talking about the Ducks, I mean, he talked to because he had Granlund on the third line, and I mean, he was probably one of the biggest scoring third liners in the whole Pacific Division.
yeah.
I mean, because you also have Warren Fogle there. I mean, both of those guys were. I mean, and he had them very highly ranked. I think you're going to see a difference this year. The Ducks are going to be way more competitive. I mean, I think
Yeah.
they're on the cusp of becoming a playoff team. If they don't make it this season, they could. I mean, I would almost think they might be a lock for a wild card, depending on. I mean, the Central is so tough.
See, that's why I said bubble team. Like,
Yeah,
but
I think bubble
I think
team
we're
is
gonna be
fair.
like we're gonna be in the playoff race. We'll probably be like, I'm guessing within 4 or 5 points of a wild card spot. But like I agree. I completely agreed with what you just said, Dad, with the Central. I mean, you got Winnipeg, who are the reigning President Trophy winners. You got Colorado, who have McKinnon and McCarr on their team. You have Dallas, who Robinson, Hiskinen, Harley, Duchesne, Ottinger. They're going to be up there again. Nashville, you never know with Nashville. They can turn it on any minute with that team.
Yeah,
You don't.
and you forgot Minnesota.
No, I was getting there. You gotta let me finish. You have Minnesota Wild with a healthy Kaprizov. I think that if Kaprizov was healthy all year last year, they were going to be the number 3 team in the Central, and I think Colorado would have been a wild card team. That's what I would have thought would have happened.
Yeah, he's the cog that makes the
and then
whole
St. Louis
offense go.
And you got St. Louis with Jim Montgomery. He changed things around there. You got Kyrou there. You got Thomas there. Binnington, when he's on, he's on.
Totally agree.
So,
but we were talking about the top 10.
I know we got way off. I know we got way off topic.
It's okay. I got to tell you, when you go off topic, sometimes those are the. I mean, I don't know about you. I was having a pretty good time with the whole thing.
I was too.
It was
a great discussion, though. I will say that.
I totally agree. I totally agree. It was great discussion.
So you got McDavid right and Draisaitl right. They're number 1 and number 3.
McKinnon.
He's number 2, 96 overall.
Matthews
is number 12th overall.
Really?
Yeah, he's a 94.
4. Okay. Let me think here. Quinn Hughes.
Number 5, number 95 overall. I saw this earlier with Adam. We're going to be hated no matter what because we're West Coast bias. Yeah.
Well, somebody has to be Adam because
the East all the attention.
The East Coast doesn't pay any attention to us.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we need to come in and somebody's got to win the cup.
Yep.
In California again and soon.
Yep.
I've got to tell you, all 3 teams. I mean, I know the Kings are probably the closest there right now, but with the talent that the Ducks and the Sharks have up and coming, whoa, scary.
Okay. Real quick, I know we're getting off topic again, but I want to ask this question. Okay. In the next 10 years, out of the 3 California teams, who has the best chance of winning a Stanley Cup within the next 10 years?
Yeah. Okay, Adam.
Why we're laughing is because Adam put Ducks Cup 26-27. 20 years later, we win the cup again. That was funny.
Being that I probably know more about the Ducks than San Jose, if if they hit on all these prospects, they could be the team in 10 years. I know. Right now, I think the only team that possibly could do it is the Kings. I don't think San Jose and Anaheim are there yet. Maybe in the next year or two, depending on what happens with Kopitar and whatever else moves they may make. But over a 10-year period, if I had to bet, I would have to put money on the Ducks. I think the Kings have it in the next couple of years, maybe 2-3 years. Yeah. But I think the Ducks in 2-3 years, if all those guys hit and they continue to play and they don't trade them like they did Zegras, they're going to be scary. But San Jose looks scary. Celebrini and Eklund, and now they got what was it?
Will Smith. They got Sam Dickinson. They got Michael Misa. And this is my honest opinion. If I was just going to ask you within the next 2 to 3 years, I would say Kings, Ducks, Sharks. But within the next 10, if we're talking about 10 years overall, I'm probably going Ducks, Sharks, Kings. Just because I think the Ducks and Sharks future is a lot more brighter than the Kings future within the next 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that for now. Yeah, but
for now,
I mean,
yes,
you could have, like you got Seneca and we have Green Tree. What we don't know are those guys gonna put what they put into juniors and come in and be possibly superstar NHLers. Sometimes they are, and sometimes they're not. So, I mean, if Kopi retired and say Green Tree all of a sudden found it, and now you got him and Byfield on the number one line with Fiala, another triple crown line for a few years. You just never know what's going to happen. But then again, I said with the amount of prospects that both the Ducks and the Sharks have that are high quality, they're going to be scary in the next 3 to 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think I actually do believe the Ducks, if everything hits, they could be a playoff team this year and be a total surprise.
Everything has to hit for us this year,
for
that to happen.
But that's an if and a but, and we just don't know what's going to happen. And then you get surprises.
Yeah.
I mean, I never thought in 2012 the Kings would win the Stanley Cup that year.
To be honest,
I don't think anybody, and if somebody would have put money on it just in January of that year, that the Stanley Cup would be won the Kings, if they would have bet, it would have been probably 1,000 to 1 odds.
I can tell you this: if I look back at it, so I graduated high school in 11. If I had to put money on who was going to win the most Stanley Cups between the Ducks and the Kings, without looking at, I was going to say the Ducks.
I agree with. I would agree with you.
Just because I thought they had, more stars on their team. They were the powerhouse around that time, and we just couldn't finish in the playoffs. And the Kings did. The Kings were the hottest team going in 2012, and you had Quick just being unbelievable. Probably one of the best playoff performances by a goalie ever in the playoffs.
I got my Quickie jersey on too.
Your Quickie jersey.
Yeah.
And then in 14, just, everything went right for you guys. Of course, Marian Gaborik was a Duck killer that year. And you guys made the right pickups during those 2 years. Like in 2012, you guys got Jeff Carter. That switched things around. 2014, you guys got Marian Gaborik. That turned things around.
See, those are the things we don't know. But prospect-wise, Duck fans should be excited about that. So, I mean, I know you are, Cody. I know Adam is. I mean, you guys are big Duck fans, and you have every reason to be excited about what the future holds.
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's get back to topic.
back to top 10. So
All
I
right.
got what? 1, 2,
All right.
3.
You got 1, 2, 3, 5, and 12.
Marner.
Marner is where is Marner? Number 26 overall.
Really? I think that's too low for
I mean,
him.
you're forgetting like some big players.
Sidney Crosby.
He is number 8 overall. Number 94 is his rating.
Kaprizov.
He is number 13, 894 overall. Like you're missing a guy that's usually in the Hart Trophy winner, guy that's won 2 Norrises already, and a guy that's won almost every Selkie since he's been in the league, pretty much. And he's captained back-to-back championships.
Barkov.
Markov, number 7.
Hart Trophy.
He's in the Hart Trophies. Like he's a finalist almost every year. You picked him on your All-Star team last week.
Pasternak.
Right winger. Well, it's not what I was going with, but he is a right winger. He's number 9 overall. Let's just say he's always rushing.
Kucherov.
He's always rushing around. Yes, Kucherov. He's number 4. I'm surprised you haven't got number 6 yet. Probably the number 1 defenseman in the whole league.
Number 1 defenseman in the whole league. Slavin?
No, number 1 defenseman overall, not defensive defenseman.
Makar.
Makar, he's number 6.
I had thought I said him already. That's
no,
why
you said Hughes.
Yeah.
And then I'll just give you number 10 because I don't want to be here all day. It's Connor Hellenbuck.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
And then you got Eichel at 11, Matthews at 12, Kaprizov at 13, Rantanen at 14, Matthew Tkachuk at 15, Reinhardt at 16, Vasilevsky at 17, Jack Hughes at 18, Rowinski at 19, and Roman Josi is number 20 overall. So that's the top 20 according to NHL rankings.
Okay.
Which I don't agree with all of it, but well, we can move on. I am excited for the game though to come out. So let's go on to other league news. I know we don't have much. I don't think we had any extensions, no signings, no trades. We do have one retirement. Tyson Barrie is retiring from professional hockey. He confirmed with Nathan Rudolph of 2009. Oh, okay, no, that did not come out right. With the Denver Sports, the 39-year-old was a 2009 pick, third round pick, number 64 overall. He had 508 points in 822 games. From 2011 to 2025, he played with Colorado, Toronto, Edmonton, Nashville, and Calgary.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a good player.
You want to do the next one?
Oh, the city of San Jose?
Mm-hmm.
The city of San Jose and Shark Sports and Entertainment Group have reached a new agreement that keeps the San Jose Sharks in town through 2051. I didn't know they were leaving.
Those whole lease deals and everything, they can change a lot of things.
As part of the deal, the team will undergo a $425 million renovation of their current arena over the next 7 off seasons, with the Sharks contributing $100 million, including $25 million towards city debt service, and the city covering the remaining $325 million. The Sharks will be responsible for any cost overruns. Conceptual renders of a future arena were shared by Max Miller through the Sharks president, Jonathan Becker, clarified that they are not yet approved. Both sides also agreed to begin planning for a new arena to be built in 2051.
by 2051.
Wow.
Yeah. Big things for them. It looks like all the California teams are doing renovations for their arena. I would say the Ducks ones were. I mean, I've never been to the SAP Center, so I wouldn't know. But I know Honda Center needed renovations. Hopefully, we get escalators instead of stairs. That would be nice. I will admit that's what I do like about the Staples Center is they got the escalators. That's nice.
True.
You know, so hopefully the Honda Center takes care of that. And honestly, I wouldn't mind trying to get one of these things because this would be funny. The Sharks reveal a Celebrini, Will Smith, and Tyler Toffoli sleepover bobblehead set. Yes, this last season, Tyler Toffoli had to do a sleepover with Celebrini and Will Smith. And here's the text that Tyler Toffoli said to his wife when he had to tell her the news. He says Tyler Toffoli texted his wife this. I gotta have a sleepover with Will and Mac tonight. LOL. She said, what? He says, Will said on the bus last night, if all three of us score, I have to do sleepover with them. Where? In their hotel room. They're in the same room? That's what the wife replied. Which all this is hilarious. I love that story. I think it's hilarious that Toffoli is just being like the cool dad with them, pretty much.
I can remember when he was on the 70s line.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Adam, I am down. He says he wants that bobblehead road trip to San Jose. I've never been to the San Jose arena, so I'd be down for that.
That's a goal for us to San Jose,
Vegas,
and even possibly Utah in the future.
Utah,
yeah. We talked about doing, maybe it'd just be a guy thing. Yeah. I don't know. If Mom's listening, maybe she'd be interested in going because it would be fun.
Yeah. So I'd be definitely down for that. I've already been to Seattle. I've been to LA, Anaheim. I thought there was another one I've been to. I could have swore I've been to another arena. But I will be knocking off another one soon. Mom says yes. So
okay, so it'd be a family event.
Family event.
Yeah. A road trip. We'll do a road trip.
Let's see. Adam says Ducks versus Vegas Veterans Day weekend. I'll be there for a veterans tournament. Is that that's in Vegas? I'd be down for that.
Oh, I would be down to that too. That would be fun.
So Mom says someone has to keep you boys in line.
Yeah. Hey, it's those Royally Quacked guys. We remember what they did last time they were here.
Oh, he says yes, it's in Vegas. Ooh, I'd be down for that.
And that's what, October?
When is Veterans Weekend? I don't know. Veterans Weekend is not October. No, it's November 11th. Oh, that's one of the it's is it on a Tuesday? It is on a Tuesday. That's weird. Yeah, November. Let's continue with the league news. According to the Athletics, Michael Backlund is not expecting Rasmus Anderson to suit up alongside him, his fellow countryman in Calgary this season. He put, yeah, he's getting traded. It's obvious, Backlund said at the NHL Player Media Tour in Europe. But the team wants value. He wants a big contract, so he wants to play well. The team needs him to play well, so just go out and play. I talked to him too. He doesn't want to be a distraction, so it's all good. It's too bad it's come to this. I don't think that they'll close. They'll close on getting an agreement or anything, but you never know. This could change. We'll see. And that's Michael Backlund on the Rasmus Anderson. trade talks.
Yeah. He declined to come to the Kings, from what I understand.
Oh, he wants to go to Vegas. And Vegas
Everybody
can afford him.
Everybody wants to go to Vegas.
I mean, I don't want to go to Vegas. I want to go to Vegas, but not for that reason. But all right, now for the main event of this podcast. Wow, 45 minutes for us to get through all that little news.
Well, we got a little off topic, but it was fun.
This is what Adam said. Veterans Tournament, November 7th through the 10th. Ducks Vegas, a game on November 8th.
Is that a weekend?
It's a weekend. Yep.
Ooh, I want to go. We should get tickets. I want to go.
Okay, I'm down. All right.
And Adam, let us know when you're playing. So if we can make that work out, we'd love to watch you play too.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know if I can get the time off because that's too short a notice.
Okay.
But I'll try.
I'm trying to figure out how I can switch to. All right. Now, the history of the Enforcer. Now, like I said, you're
Well, let's do a definition before we do anything else.
okay.
Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit of a couple different definitions.
Okay.
In hockey, a goon is a term used to describe a player whose primary role is to physically intimidate opponents, often through aggressive and rough play. Goons are typically known for their fighting skills and are sent onto the ice to protect their teammates and create a physical presence on the team. That's one. Enforcer is a role in ice hockey. The term is sometimes used synonymously with fighter, tough guy, or goon. An enforcer's job is to deter and respond to dirty or violent play by the opposition. When such play occurs, the enforcer is expected to respond aggressively by fighting or checking the offender. Enforcers are expected to react particularly harshly to violence against their star players or goalies. And here's another part of just a different definition of it. Enforcers are different from pests. So enforcer would be Marty McSorley or Stu Grimson. A pest, best one I know, Corey Perry, Matthew Tkachuk, probably even Brady Tkachuk. Those guys are more pests than enforcers, just so for you guys wondering what the difference is. Because the pest, they seek to agitate their opponents, distract them from the game without necessarily fighting them. The pest's primary role is to draw penalties from opposing players, thus getting them off their game, while not actually intending to fight the opposition player, although exceptions to this do occur. Pests and enforcers are often play together on the same line, usually the fourth line. Another related role is the grinder, known for hard work and checking rather than scoring. But
I would
it's
say
not
that's more Matthew Tkachuk. He's more of a grinder than a pest.
I think he's a pest.
No, he's more of a grinder.
He's a pest.
Marchand's a pest. Tkachuk's a grinder.
Well, yeah, Marchand, he's a rat. He is a pest.
Yeah.
So now we have the definition down. Continue, Cody.
All right. So this is what I'm going to read what I have first. Then you can read what you have. And then Adam, who thinks I'm pretty sure what he's going to have is probably better than what we both have. I'll read his last just in case if what we didn't find was right.
So if he's feeling better, if you're feeling better at it, you could still come in.
Yep. All right. Enforcer. The enforcer is sometimes called a goon, fighter, or tough guy. It is one of the most iconic and controversial figures in hockey lore. Born out of necessity and nurtured by the culture of the physical intimidation. Oh, my nose is acting up. The enforcer's job was simple. protect teammates, especially star players and goalies, by many means necessary. That usually means fist. Yeah, he says his voice is still shot. In the early days of the NHL, physical play was part of the game, but it wasn't until the 1970s that the enforcer role truly crystallized. Teams like the Boston Bruins and the Philadelphia Flyers leaned into brute force, earning nicknames like the Big Bad Bruins and the Broad Street Bullies. These squads stacked their rosters with grinders and enforcers, players who weren't there to score, but to send a message. If you messed with Bobby Orr or Bernie Parent, you'd answer to Terry O'Reilly or Dave Schultz. By the 1980s and 90s, the enforcer was a staple on every NHL roster. They usually played wing on the fourth line, logging minimal ice time but maximum impact. Their presence alone could deter cheap shots and dirty plays. Some, like Bob Proper and Tiger Williams, became cult heroes, not just their fists, but for flashes of scoring ability. Williams even made the All-Star game, proving that toughness didn't always mean a lack of talent. But the enforcer wasn't just a fighter, he was a guardian, a working-class superhero. As journalist John Branch once wrote, someone who might not have made the NHL on skill alone, but earned his spot through tough grit, loyalty, and fearlessness. Players like Clark Gillies didn't need to drop the gloves every night. Their reputation did the talking, and legends like Gordie Howe and Jerome Iginla blurred the lines, serving as their own enforcers while racking up goals and assists. That's half of what I have. And then here, this is what's going to talk about the shift. After the 04-05 lockout, the NHL changed its rules to speed up the game and boost scoring. Clutching, grabbing were penalized more strictly, and the league began to favor speed and skill over brute strength. Suddenly, one-dimensional fighters became liabilities. Teams couldn't afford to carry players who couldn't skate, score, or defend. The enforcers' ice time shrank, their contracts dried up, and their numbers dwindled. By the 2010s, fighting was on the decline. In the late 80s, there were over 1.3 fights per game. By 2012, the number had dropped to 0.5. Major penalties for fighting fell by 25% in just one season. The role was gone, but nothing was fading. Then came the reckoning. In the summer of 2011, 3 NHL enforcers died tragically. Derek Bogard from an accidental overdose, Rick Ripon from suicide, and Wade Black under circumstances believed to be suicide. A year later, Bob Proper had died of a heart attack. A test revealed brain damage and signs of chronic traumatic, the CTE. I can't say that last word. A condition linked to repeated head trauma. It's like the one that the football players get a lot. So head trauma. Suddenly, the cost of being an enforcer was laid bare. The NHL faced scrutiny. Former fighters like George Lacroix called for better mental health support. Writers like Roy McGregor questioned whether the rule should exist at all. Fans who once cheered for brawls began to ask, was it worth it? Today, the enforcer is a rare breed. Players like Tom Wilson and Ryan Reeves still carry the torch, but they're expected to contribute in other areas: forechecking, scoring, penalty killing. The modern NHL values versatility. Intimidation still exists, but it's woven into a broader skill set. The enforcer hasn't disappeared. It's evolved from feared fighter to fan favorite, from protector to cautionary tale. The enforcer legacy is complicated but unforgettable. He was the hockey's muscle, its conscience, and sometimes its martyr. And then here's what Adam also said. John Ferguson Jr. pioneered the role in the 1960s and became a mainstay in the 70s. So you want to go with what you have now?
Well, you had about everything I had. So
Oh.
I did have a list. Uh, Now, I'm sure there's more than one list. And I'm sure, like we talked about, the Ducks only being the 4th ranked prospect pool.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably have the same thing with this. But this was a top 10 off of.
Well, do you want me to read Adam's first and then we can do the top 10?
Let's do that.
All right. So this is what Adam has. Enforcer definition: a person or a group that compels observance of or compliance with a law. What does that mean to this podcast? We'll let this hockey fan tell you. Remember, this is from Adam. The enforcer is an outdated but missing role that has been driven out of the game. In the game today, they have evolved into fighters. The enforcer was the muscle on the ice and was feared by almost every other player. The NHL was a different game throughout the 1970s through the early 2000s. For over 3 decades, the enforcer was the purest form of justice in any sport, willing to drop the mitts in a heartbeat to protect his teammates. Ray Bourque had Terry O'Reilly to protect him in the late 70s and early 80s. Wayne Gretzky had Marty McSorley protecting him in the late 80s and 90s. Paul Kariya had Stu Grimson in the late 90s. Even Timu Solani had George Peros in the 2000s and early 2010s. Since those days, the enforcer has evolved, but the most part has been taken away from the game. With the high-level talent blending the game to their will, opposing teams will try to injure them, which is why the enforcer became a necessary evil. Game-changing players needed someone to do their dirty work so they could focus on the game. Enforcers would be the ones to do the dirty work. You would think twice about trying to take out a star player when you knew someone bigger and meaner would come after you. Most enforcers obviously had the skill to play in the NHL, but damage control was their main focus. As the game developed throughout the years, the enforcer evolved as well. The 70s had Terry O'Reilly, who would go to such extremes as jumping over the boards and fighting fans. The 80s had Marty McSorley, who would drop the gloves just because you looked at Wayne Gretzky wrong. The 90s was a bit more interesting because you had Ty Domi, a 5'8" beast on the ice. He took the Napoleon complex to a whole new level, little in comparison to the standards of today's game, but a mighty warrior who never backed down. Then in the 2000s, you had everyone who just would call a straight thug Donald Brazier, a mountain of a man who's trained to fight up by boxing Hall of Famer Joe Frazier. He was more of a fighter than on the ice than a hockey player. With this brief history of the enforcer, here's what it meant to the game. The enforcer was there to shoulder the brutality of the game for superstars to shine brighter than ever. Gretzky was able to shine to score 50 goals in 39 games because of having people like Marty McSorley and Stu Grimson to back him up. Today's game has evolved into open ice exhibition where players skate faster, have flashy dekes, and insane goals that would never have been possible 20 years ago. But instead of having that one key player on every team solely for the purpose of enacting justice, you have a new generation of enforcers called fighters. Ryan Reeves, Nick Delorier, and the NHL. Those are just a few guys that are called upon to serve the on-ice justice. And there are even players in the AHL like Jacob Doughty on the Ontario Reign that serve that purpose. In today's game, enforcers are known as the bad guys. 20 years ago, they were heroes of the game. I was once told this by a coach growing up about fighting in the game. Fighting is the purest form of on-ice justice in any game. Teams think twice about playing dirty when the other team has a bigger, faster, stronger person willing to punch you in the face because they can. And for this purpose, this podcast purpose, George Peros is my all-time favorite Ducks enforcer, but for the short stature and overall nasty grit, Ty Domi has to be my league favorite. And that was from Adam.
That was very good.
That
Very
was a
good,
lot
Adam, by the
better
way.
than what I had.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny about what he said about teams will think twice about playing dirty? It really brought me back to how you told me to play goalkeeper in soccer, in a way. Because once you lay that elbow or that knee or you take him out, they think twice before they come into my penalty box with that 50-50 ball again. Every single time.
And that one guy was just pestering you. And I go, you wanna end that? I go, when you're coming up for the ball, you get that ball, put a knee right in his chest, knock him on his ass, and he'll think twice about coming in again. And you did exactly that. And I don't think he came back in again, did he?
Nope. I remember I had one where I hit a guy with an elbow to his nose. And he complained. And there was another 50-50 ball. And he would have beat me to the ball. He was going to beat me. But then he saw me storming out. And he's like, nope. And he stopped. And his coach yelled at him because he's just stopped. And he just turned and looked at his coach. He's like, I don't want to catch another elbow again. And I started laughing after that. So, but Adam, that was perfect. That was a lot better than what I had.
Yeah.
And,
here's a top 10. One opinion. It's
Okay.
not mine. So he had number 10, Chris Simon. I think that name's been mentioned a couple different times. Played for 8 different teams. You know, he was a tough guy. Dale Hunter, number 9. He also played for Quebec and Washington. He was one of the first enforcers for the Capitals, as a matter of fact, and him and his brother are big in the AHL, right?
the Hunters. I think they own the London Knights.
That's what I was thinking. Who we have 2 defensemen that are going to be playing for them.
You're the one that you just drafted,
Rustevich,
thank you.
And then Woolley, I think is it Woolley?
Yeah, Sam Dickinson was just there. They just won the Memorial Cup. Yeah, but yeah, I believe they own the London Knights.
Yeah, so and they're doing a great job over there. But not that's getting
like,
off.
That's like the main, like the top one, like the New York Yankees of the Canadian Juniors League.
Yeah, so
let's put it that way.
So number 8 was Dave Semenenko. I think you mentioned his name a little bit. They had number 7, Bob Probert, and he was an enforcer, but he was a pretty good player too. One season, 398 penalty minutes. I don't think we even come close to that now in today's game. Donald Brashear was, I know you mentioned also, a big bruiser. Clark Gillies was number 5. And then one of Adam's favorites they had Ty Domi, number 4. Marty McSorley, obviously a Wayne Gretzky guardian. And number 3, Terry O'Reilly, number 2, and Dave Schultz. And Dave Schultz's nickname was Hammer. So, and that was for obviously a lot of people, my age. Yeah, and you may have heard of this too. Is he was the one of the enforcers for the Broad Street Bullies, which were the Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah.
So protecting Bobby Clark, of course, one of the stars of that Flyer team. But that's 10. And I mean, I know there's others that could be on that list from different opinions. But the thing is that the game
was Bob Probe. Oh, there it is. I'm sure Stu Grimson wasn't one of them.
I think he came in later than the real tough guy years.
Yeah.
The guys like in the 2010 and on, you had some tough guys, but they weren't doing what the guys were in the past because the game's become more talent rich. So if you're going to be a tough guy, you have to have some talent now. I mean, obviously, you've seen the Goon movie. I've seen about half of that with the guy from American Pie, right?
Yeah, Stifler.
Yeah, he actually played a pretty good Goons. I haven't seen the whole movie yet.
He was a nice goon too. But yeah, that's a good way, like someone that's willing to put everything on the line for their team.
But a lot of people don't understand why it was necessary. And we hear protection, and it was, but if there wasn't fighting allowed in hockey, how would you make a guy pay if they banned fighting? What would happen? The stick play would go up, and you're talking about a lot more possible serious injury with stick than with your fists. So a lot of people don't realize that they've allowed fighting to get that aggression out and to stop it without having to become totally weaponized.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, Juan Marichal hitting, Campanella from the Dodgers with the bat in the head. Lucky he didn't kill him.
Would Scott Stevens be considered an enforcer?
I would think he would be more of that grinder.
Because he almost killed Paul Correa in 2003.
Yeah, well, there are some stiff hits that happen that cause injury. And then people, I mean, obviously, when you're slamming a guy into the boards and they get that major for boarding, I mean, that's where someone's going to pick a fight with that guy. Maybe not in that game, but the next time they play, or they're going to put them in the boards and do the same thing right back to them, because it's to eventually stop injury from happening and over physicality happening in hockey. And you know what? More than even the men, the women love the fighting in hockey. I mean, they're some of the biggest fans I've seen.
Well, trust me, that's the main thing why Christina loves going to games.
Well, she's not unusual.
Yeah.
And women, I think if they get into hockey, they become kind of hooked on watching it. I mean, and everybody loves a little brawl and a little excitement. I mean, I definitely wanted to see Phoenix Copley and John Gibson go at it in that one game we were at.
I wanted to see Fleury and Bennington go at it too, but no, that one I want because we were live and I really wanted to see that. Adam put, most goons were very nice guys. The documentary Ice Guardians shows you the brutality and the nice side of the enforcer role. Most guys in the 90s would fight and then congratulate each other. No, I actually listened to Stu Grimson's book, and that was actually a good, like, since I drive, I listened more than I read it, but it was actually really good because it kind of told you like his side of everything that happened, especially with like the expansion with the Ducks and everything. It was a great listen, and he told you like how he got into fighting and how everything happened with his career and everything. He talked about Bob Probert a lot, so in that one. So that was a great listen. And he was saying all the guys were good too. He said Stevens was a bruiser. He was like a pronger, a big physical player who could destroy players with a hit, more skill than Braun. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. I had a thought and it just went right out of my head. So, but anyway, yeah, a lot of the guys, they respected each other even though they fought during the game.
Yeah,
And it's competition. a lot of them are friends off the ice. So, I mean, I had just heard, I don't know what podcast it was, is that Surprising Gavrikov and Dowdy were pretty good buddies. And,
Oh,
and
you said Gavrikov and who?
Dowdy.
No, it
Even
wasn't Gavrikov.
was yeah. No, it was Gavrikov and Dowdy, and they were talking with each other and stuff, even though he's now a Ranger.
I thought I heard it was a different name before.
Oh, Perry.
It was Perry and Dowdy.
Yeah, I heard that also. Yeah, that they were friendly off the ice. Hard to believe the pest.
Yeah, I recommend the fans to go watch Ice Guardians. Shows a whole different story or a whole different side. I'm down to watch that. Of course, I still need to watch Mystery Alaska. I still need to watch Young Bloods, and I still haven't finished Slapshot yet.
Yeah, see, Young Bloods was that old school goon, was the bad guy in the movie.
Yeah,
and that's a good movie. Mystery Alaska, I love that. I just love the story and
I gotta watch
how that all happened. It was very good. I still haven't been able to bring myself to watch Timu's movie because Eddie said it was horrible.
Yeah. Adam, have you watched the minor leaguer movie with Timu Solani? I wanted to watch it, but after what Eddie told me, I'm like, oh, man, like I don't know if I want to watch it now.
Yeah. So, but anyways, the tough guy, we still have him in hockey.
Yeah,
and
they're Tom Wilson. I would say is probably the biggest one.
Yeah, and he's a good player too. So it's not like that Goon movie where that's all he was good for.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I mean that's how the game has evolved. So
I could tell you this. The enforcer is they're not always going to make it on the stat sheet, but I guarantee you a lot of them are the fan favorites.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, it's like a B-rate slasher movie. It's so bad, it's good. Is it like that movie Showgirls where it's so bad, it's good? Have you ever watched Showgirls?
I think
it's
long time ago, maybe.
It's the one with you know who the actor
from
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christina made me watch it.
Elizabeth Berkley?
Yeah, it was so bad it was like watchable, I guess is the better word for that one.
I don't think I want to watch it again.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
But then, it's Mystery Alaska. That's a definite watch. Obviously, Miracle, definitely.
Miracle is probably one of my favorite hockey movies, other than the Mighty Ducks. But if we're just talking about like documentary kind of like real life thing, I love the Miracle movie. I do. Because I liked how the R-rated part of that movie was the only reason to watch it.
He must be talking
the Showgirls. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that's not G-rated for our podcast.
Yeah.
But I think there was a hockey movie called The Rookie too. I mean, it's not the same one like with Dennis Quaid where he's the pitcher, but it was a good movie about hockey.
Is it the Rookies? I'm looking it up.
Maybe I don't have the name right, but I remember there was a movie. It's on the same line with Youngblood.
No, it's right here. The The Rookies. Yeah, I see. I don't know who's in it though.
I remember seeing
Or is
that
it the
one.
Rookies? Oh no, it's the Rookies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the actors in it.
Okay, Adam says watch Mystery Alaska. It will become one of your top 5 favorites. Do it today, Cody.
I won't do it today, and because here I'll try to watch it this weekend, especially it's a 3-day weekend. Just only because we're going to watch, because they're doing like a 25th anniversary for the Harry Potter movies. It's like the anniversary, and at the Regal movies, each day they had a different Harry Potter movie, and we're going tonight to watch the last movie. So we still need to finish watching episode 6 because I fell asleep watching it last night, and then we're gonna watch Deathly Hallows Part 1, and then tonight we're watching Deathly Hallows Part 2, and that movie starts at 9:40 tonight. And the only reason why we're going is because the tickets were only $9.75, 9 3/4. Get it? And then they have a collectible popcorn buckets for each sorting house, and it comes with a soda cup and a popcorn, like a book looking thing. And Christina wants to get her Slytherin collectible.
Okay, more information than everybody else needed, I think.
Harry Potter's on TV every day. You can watch them later. Well, I mean, so is Mystery Alaska. It's on TV. I could just pay for it and watch it later.
Pay for it and watch it?
It's not free. I already looked it up.
I love you, Cody, but nerd alert.
I am a proud nerd, okay? I am a proud nerd. All right. First of all, I'm not the Harry Potter fan. I mean, it's not on every day. I'm more of a Star Wars and Marvel nerd. I mean, I even have 2 lightsabers. So yes, I am a nerd, and I'm proud of it. I don't care. So, and if I had an Iron Man suit, I would be every podcast. I would have the Iron Man suit on just to show it off. And if anyone doubts that, I'll happily prove them wrong.
I can attest. He'd be wearing it. He'd wear it to work if he could get away with it.
I wouldn't be working. I'd be saving people for everywhere. Yeah. But
yeah.
Happy wife, happy life. Exactly. But all right, Adam, I still have tomorrow and I still have Monday. Okay. I will watch Mystery Alaska this weekend. I want to. So,
it's a great movie.
Yeah. And I know
Youngblood's good too. I think I have that on a VHS. I taped it off
what's
HBO
a VHS? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you know.
I know what that is.
That's a whole new podcast.
Yeah. That's the one with
Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cynthia Gibb.
Sounds like excuses.
Give it to him, Adam. For once, you're going after him instead of me. Yeah. Go, Adam. Go.
I'm just gonna hide. I'm gonna hide the chat so I don't see it anymore. But anything else before we get out of here?
No, but what? Well, yeah. You know, hockey's we're close.
We're close.
We're very close. Golden State rookie face-offs coming in a couple of weeks,
and we will be there.
We will be at the Ducks and the Kings in Irvine.
Someone else we know might be there. I don't want to say who because he says he's 50-50 on it. He said he'll let me know. But we will be there for the Sunday game. And the only thing that sucked was I was supposed to be on call that weekend.
You were supposed to be?
I was supposed to be, but I ended up switching with someone.
Oh, so that went through.
Yeah.
Because we did talk about that.
Yeah, I switched. Well, he just ended up taking my weekend. And then on Monday when we go back to work, I'm back on call. I'm like, dude, I didn't care. You could have taken my whole week or just taken Sunday for me. Adam texted me, you can't ignore me. Oh, that was funny.
We're gonna have to get him a shirt, Captain of Chaos.
We will. But yeah, where was I going? Yeah, so I'll definitely be there for the 14th. We'll be there for the Ducks Kings game. I'm looking forward to it. I've never been to a rookie face-off game. I've never been to the Great Park Ice either.
I have not ever been to either one of those either. So it'll be a fun experience. And if any of you guys are going, come by and say hi.
Or let us know, and we all can
meet up somewhere.
I'll try to bring stickers. Give you guys a sticker, and hopefully we can meet some fans. That'd be great.
So the big hockey's coming. We'll have some preseason stuff going on before the season starts. So make sure you stay tuned. Like and subscribe. Make sure you get notified every time a new podcast comes out, everyone. And we do appreciate all of you that are regulars watching the show or listening to our show. And we thank you in advance for that. And take it away, Cody. Get us out of here.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. As like my dad said, we
Oh, I like it, Adam. Yeah. A Captain of Chaos Royally Quacked jersey. I want a jersey too.
I just want a Royally Quacked jersey.
Yeah.
That's a goal.
Well, we'll see if we can work on that, Adam.
Yeah. But yeah, everyone please like, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Twitch. That way you can always watch us live. You can see all the comments from my mom or Captain Chaos himself, Adam Brawl. I know Kevin on Twitch usually will hop on every so often. He's always a great listener, a great follower. Frankie from Frankie the Yankee, go check him out there where he talks everything about the New York Yankees. Follow us on social media on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, Threads. And if you have any questions, go to the Discord, and we have a questions channel, and just send in your questions there, and everything should be in the show notes. And I'm really excited about this podcast with this episode, the Enforcer. I thought this was a great idea. It's such a dying breed, but it's a great one. Everyone wants jerseys, and yet the two people that are on the podcast don't even have jerseys.
I want a Mama Quack jersey.
See, if you guys aren't tuning in on YouTube or Twitch, this is what you're missing out on. But everyone, we'll be back next week, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Like I said, if you have any questions, hit us up in the DMs or email us at royallyquacked@gmail.com. And you have anything else, Dad?
Go Kings, go.
All right, let's go Ducks. We'll see you next week.
A father and son, a bond so strong, talking hockey all day long. Royally Quacked, their podcast show, sharing stories, highs and lows. From the Kings to the Ducks they go. Shout and go Kings.